I spent over 100 days, nearly 10 hours per day working around the clock making this viral video. And since I keep getting asked about how I did it, I'm going to show you guys how. I'm Dragon God. I usually spend my days editing instead of presenting myself on the channel.
Drum roll. Hello everyone, thanks for having me.
My good friend.
I'm so excited.
Okay, shut up, man.
Okay.
My good friend over here helps me a lot with the behind the scenes and script writing and stuff like that. So he can help me provide more valuable insight on the making of the video. So without further ado, let's get into it. But before we continue, I'd like to mention that this video is sponsored by Opera GX.
Now, Opera GX is a browser that brings actual innovation to the browser game, and it's got loads of new features that we can show you.
It's like the most customizable browser like ever. You can literally change anything you want, like the background music, the keyboard sounds, the opening and closing tab sounds. The themes and colors of the browser, mods dedicated wallpaper, so you can essentially disable and enable mods and individual modifications in the mods menu available from the sidebar.
And definitely have a look through the animated wallpapers, as there's so many to pick from. No matter what anime you like, no matter what TV show you like, there's always something there. I've had a brief look, but it's insane.
And did you know that GX got a smarter generative AI integration? Opera GX now has direct integration to ChatGPT. So without having to open a new tab and like opening the ChatGPT website, you can just click on the sidebar, and it saves you a lot of time like that. And not only that, you can also use Photosonic to generate some AI images.
If you haven't got multiple monitors to have a video playing in the background, there's no need, as now you can watch whichever video from your favorite YouTuber. You can just pop out a small version of the video and it will stay with you no matter what tab you're in, and you can study, do work, or just whatever. You can even watch anime in the background whilst doing work, so that's great.
And you can have like a lot of apps on the sidebar, like Discord and TikTok and Messenger even, and many more which are you can access directly in the windows through the browser.
And all of this, you might think that it's quite hard to, change all of your cookies, all of your tabs, all of your information from your other browsers you might use, but it's actually really easy. All you do is you go into the settings, then click here, then find that, click there, and then you import it all.
So what are you waiting for? Download Opera GX using the link below, and yes. Oh.
I mean, straight away here, you want to probably comment on the 3D of the room and how it was made and things like that.
Yeah, so before that, we can obviously say that this is just, a one-to-one juxtaposition of the anime, but we just replaced Itadori with Denji, right? If you watched the show, you probably noticed that. But there was a problem because I couldn't just take the backgrounds from the anime, because that would be 10 times harder because I have to draw in the characters out. So I had to just 3D model the room from scratch. To have more freedom with the camera angles, and that's how I achieved the shots.
Yeah, great. As you guys will notice in the very sequence, I didn't notice it myself, but the shoes. So Itadori obviously has red shoes in the show, but in here, yellow. So this actually was drawn on, even the ripped up pants, which I didn't even notice, but hey, well done for that.
Yeah, man, I'm sneaky. What can I say?
Yeah, well.
Jujutsu Kaisen で1年を担当してる。どうした？あ？
And if you actually notice here as well, that's another drawing. Like, there's never a top-down angle, but as we can see, the human anatomy element wasn't quite hit right because he's got his.
We're not mentioning that. Okay, pause it for a second.
Denji-kun,
Denji-kun. I kept getting so many comments. Denji-kun, how did you do Denji-kun? Okay, so there's an AI, it's called RVC? I think it was called RVC, yeah. So RVC is basically you talk into the AI and it returns a voice to you. Apparently my voice works very well for Gojo, I did not know that, but it sucks. It sucks for Denji. And I tried so much to do stuff. I even tried to pitch it to like Odin over here, and I started pitching it to other friends. It never worked. For some reason, Denji's voice is like you can't replicate it.
Well, the trick was to make it very feminine, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like he doesn't even sound that feminine. But when I did my voice and I just tried to soften up my voice a little bit, it gave more desirable result. I wouldn't say it's perfect, obviously, but yeah, it sounds good enough.
I think the bit I want to mention is on the next shot right here, where
Okay, stop.
the breast.
Stop bullying me about this.
Guys, look at this breast shot. Please tell me.
This was not supposed to make it to the final. Just I forgot. This is like I left myself a note. I was supposed to draw these nipples out, but I forgot.
But now, hey, listen, he looks like he's been breastfeeding
I'm
for the past 3
surprised
months.
no one commented about this. You know,
Yeah,
like
no one did.
No one did. Like Odin bullies me till this day about it, but no one
No,
actually.
but I
commented.
think it's such a quick shot that people just didn't pay attention. So I
Yeah,
guess
maybe.
it worked out in the end for you.
君の秘匿死刑が決定した。
Yeah, so here Gojo acknowledges that he already knows the Devil Hunters. We're gonna talk a little bit more about the story, but before that, oh my god, this shot.
Yeah, let's give a mention of how this whole environment was created.
Yeah, so I'm not very good at 3D modeling, or I can do it to an acceptable level, but it would take me ages to model stuff from scratch. So I just I download some assets, I put them together, and I make a shot that kind of mimics the original. I wouldn't say it's one-to-one perfect. Obviously, it's 3D. It's never gonna look as good as like hand-drawn stuff. Like, let's just keep it real, right? But I don't have the budget or the time to draw every background from scratch. So yeah, I think it looks good.
I think the whole point was just to make a Japanese style looking city.
Yeah,
That way
it
it's
looks
a nice
anime
background.
enough, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what works. And actually, in this bit, I think no one's pointed this out at all, but there's a secret frame.
Yeah, this is the thing. I showed it to you. You didn't notice it the first time I showed you because I showed it
didn't.
and no one noticed it. So I think this is just a very, very, very hidden Easter egg.
There's 2 hidden frames, yeah.
It's just literally 2 frames. There you go. That's
Right here.
right here. For the first time, you get to experience the awesomeness that is Dio harassing this guy.
In the back seat.
Yeah.
この7万から水道代を払って他のとこにしてる借金を払うと
So also, yeah, this is important to point out, right? Guys, this story is not canon.
Yeah.
This story is not canon. In our version of the story, Denji right here is already part of the Devil Hunter Association before he becomes the Chainsaw Man. Okay, so he's already working as a typical Devil Hunter, and then he gets the powers later on, as you'll see later in the episode. But yeah, it's not canon.
And I believe we went a bit back and forth on that. Like I was more so pitching like, hey, let's just make Denji like the original, but you gave me this idea, and I kind of went along with it. I kind of liked it a lot more actually because it gives us more room to kind of add the other characters. Because if we didn't do that, Denji wouldn't know Aki, he wouldn't know Makima, he wouldn't know anyone at all. By doing this, we make it so that he already knows these people, and that gives us room to just add them in a more natural way.
Yeah, the backstory on our side is that he essentially just joined the organization like any other person would through normal means, as he already had some background in devil hunting in his own ways.
ポチタ分かって
And I
る
also like how in this section, Pochita finally senses something, right? But little did we know, he walks through the night and never ends up finding it. Do you want to give a bit of insight about how you composited this?
That was fun. I actually mixed like 3D elements with 2D elements, and that was the first time I actually do that. The trees in the foreground are actually 2D trees, and the trees in the background are obviously 3D. And then Denji in the middle walking. He wasn't actually walking with Pushita in the original. He was walking with Power when they were walking to that warehouse. And then I added Pushita behind them. Basically, I had to pixelate him because Pushita was like very high quality, and Denji was very low quality.
だいたい30万
Yeah, we've been walking for another hour, so clearly Pochita's nose needs some work. But you'll see in the next shot here.
Okay, I can do editing good, but I suck at drawing. And when I draw something custom, I have to run into literally every one of my friends, including family members if I have to. And I need to get approvals because I don't know if it looks good if it looks bad. And this bastard over here, he was like, yeah, man, it looks fine. Just gave me the green light. And I was like, he literally looks like a demon.
Yeah, well, he is a devil. So, listen, I think it looks fine.
He's supposed to look
the
cute.
The thing is, this is literally like, I don't know, 20 frames. Like, no one's gonna... Right, this aura.
So, this took so... Like, this looks very easy, right? But I don't know why it took me so long to do this. I just could not settle on anything that I liked.
So we had multiple takes. I think first you kind of had this sort of menacing sign thing from JoJo kind of.
When my mind registers menacing, I think of purple, like purple streaks. So the first one I saw was in JoJo, and then I looked at Jujutsu Kaisen. There was the scene in the first season where like there was like some purple streaks coming out of the windows.
All the windows have kind of this purple energy coming off of it. But then kind of change it to different colors. So I remember we started with just seeing if we do kind of orangey red, but then we ended up adding black to it.
Yeah, like curse energy basically.
Yeah,
so it kind of evolved from being a menacing streak to like something like it's radiating curse energy out of the place, and it kind of worked out, I guess, in the end. I guess you could say he could see curse energy from the start.
Yeah, so it's a little sign of things to come. It's a foreshadowing.
Yeah, not intended, honestly. Yeah, so this shot was in the, like, I believe at the very start of the show. He didn't wear the Devil Hunter's uniform, obviously. Had to draw his shirt on. What?
And then as you can see here with the special grade, you do the whole kind of the black kind of distortion all around him, just to the menacing nature.
And then I used the same aura we used on the building. Also, I want to mention something that was really pissing me off. Like, the initial scene did not have this track playing. I was playing a track from the Jujutsu Kaisen soundtrack, and little did I know, I had to learn the hard way that it is heavily copyrighted. It's not even funny. If you play like 2 seconds of it without like changing it, you get an immediate copyright claim on your video. So I had to go back to my good old friend JoJo's Bizarre Adventures soundtrack. That's godsend. Thank you for not copyrighting the beautiful soundtrack.
And he still thinks it's a devil. He's still not aware that this is a curse.
Yeah, and on the topic of JoJo, the color.
Oh, look at the color switch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Color switch.
Obviously, the red to purple to green. It changes the kind of the scent of the room, if you will. Depending on how you want the aura of the room to feel like.
I was thinking like green is like more of like, you know, toxic, and like purple is like danger.
Yeah, you think like, yes, of course. Like also green can be a little bit more like submissive and things like that. If someone's in a red color, they're in like a position of power.
Yeah.
Purple could also be like danger.
Alright, so I haven't done a fight scene in so long at this point.
It was a single impact frame to show how he no-diffs him.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And yeah, at the end there's like a really good impact frame. I had to actually make it myself. Like I had to animate the streak going in, like boom. And it was very fun to do.
Then it goes to the transformation-ish scene.
Well, not yet.
Well, not yet. Well, he's...
Oh no.
He's still going to have one more pathetic attempt. Well, cursed energy. So, the whole idea behind the cursed energy is that when the special grade hit him, it kind of awoke his inner cursed energy. So Denji was able to kind of use it instinctually at this point. And then he knocks him out in one punch and kills the special grade right here. Never mind.
Sorry, Denji, I had to do it like this, but you are so weak at this point, like, don't even dream of touching this guy. Yeah, so... Okay, so basically, it's supposed to give, like, this dreamy effect here, right? So I just, instead of showing the character itself, I just took the outline of the character only, and then added the glow effect to it. And then he's, like, kind of, you know, in this dream realm, he's thinking, oh, where am I? And then I show the chainsaw, kind of symbolize the transformation, or like the merging between them is starting to happen.
Yeah, and I think if we keep going a little bit further in, then you will see how he kind of, there's like a transcending state that will occur. where there's this barrier between his like one human state and his sort of transformed state is broken down, and he's going through this phase. It's kind of, you can compare it to kind of going from like heaven and hell or something like that, where he's kind of just transcending this humanity.
And you're gonna see in a minute we took a different approach from the anime, because the anime one wouldn't have fit well.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah, here he's like already taps into Chainsaw Man. Like there's no, you know, like inner monologue of him seeing Kushida and stuff, and then he goes into Chainsaw Man himself. No, he's just forced into it right away.
But this kind of also shows how it was like an instinctual thing for him. It wasn't, he didn't think about it deeply. It just took him over in a way.
Yeah, it took him over, and he's, in a way, he's still like out of control, as you're gonna see in a minute as well.
He's in this sort of trance as this is happening.
So if I had a bit more footage, I would have obviously did more, but I had to kind of off-screen the transformation a little bit.
Yeah.
You have to understand that Chainsaw Man is only 12 episodes. I don't have much to work with.
If there was multiple seasons, it'd be a lot easier to do these fights. And,
yeah.
And here's the 3D and 2D layering that needed to take place. So if you want to give your 2P about this.
Okay, so I've done this before in Blender, right? But I've never done this ever in like Unreal Engine before. And I still think it looks a little bit wonky. If you like looking in details, you're going to see like the character is not blurred the right way. If you look at the foot. Yeah, I could have probably done this a lot better, but I'm still learning. And the more you do something, the better you'll get at it.
Yeah, the only thing you can say, maybe he looks a little bit maybe narrow and underscaled, but that's also things that you can't really get perfect.
Yeah, the legs are also drawn, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So once again, typical attacks, yeah.
Yeah, then
with the red eyes, we just kind of went for that sort of, you know, this monstrous kind of POV.
Yeah.
So red was just the perfect color here.
All right, so
and on this cut, there was some disagreements.
Yeah, you wanna take it from there.
So I also have this idea where as soon as it goes to black, we leave this ambient sound of a chainsaw in the background. So no screams from the characters or anything like that, no sounds, but just the pure sound of a chainsaw running.
Yeah.
So I thought it would add this really eerie feel to it, and it would kind of be put you a little on edge, make you a little disturbing. But
yeah, my vision here was, you know, just kind of cut the black. You can't see or hear anything else. But obviously this is subjective. It's artistic. So let us know down in the comments what you think.
Yeah, who was right? What do you think was better?
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's no objective opinions here.
There's no right or wrong, but he's wrong.
Yeah, well, f you, you know. Itadori's legs, by the way, just saying. No.
Yeah, Itadori's legs, but you know, no one knew.
Yeah.
And for anyone that didn't figure out, Megumi essentially came here to test himself because he heard that there's a special grade and he wanted to fight it.
So basically, this is like chronologically, it's going right after the moment Itadori died to the special grade. So what happened is, obviously that happened with Sukuna, and like he fought Sukuna and like told him, hey, why did you run away? You could have beat the special grade. And then he's here like trying to test his luck again. Hey, I heard there's a special grade reported here.
But little did he know.
Little did he know. Also, I want to mention a quick thing. There's a slight difference between compositing in daytime and nighttime. In daytime, it's a lot harder and trickier because when I'm working with 3D backgrounds, and it's obviously not anime, I don't have the ability to draw the shades on the background. It looks a little bit off. And in nighttime, it looks a lot better because when obviously the exposure is dimmed more, like the background, you don't see as much detail.
Yeah, and as you can see here, Megumi straight away notices that this is the Devil Hunter's uniform. And the way we thought about this universe is basically Devil Hunters and Jujutsu Sorcerers both coexist together, but they just tend to not get in each other's way. So they have their own jobs. So one takes out the devils and the other takes out curses respectively, and they try to not intersect into each other. Now the reason why Denji didn't know what the special grade was is because the special grades are much more rare to encounter in the wild.
Also, he's dumb.
Plus he's dumb. Plus he's a lot of a newer kind of Devil Hunter. I mean,
Megumi is also kind of a new guy, but he's like, you know, he's a bit of a nerd, right? So
I think he's got his head put on a little bit, screwed on harder.
Yeah.
Than Denji. Plus, I think a special grade would be a lot rarer to see than just another Devil Hunter. I think seeing another Devil Hunter wouldn't be as rare as seeing a special grade.
Shit.
And when he notices that he took out the special grade, I think that's where he starts to worry a little bit. And when he attacks him in the moment here, he's out of control.
Yeah. I got some comments actually saying like, why did Denji attack Megumi? I mean, I'm pretty sure I made it very clear that Denji's like not there at all, right?
He's gone berserk, right?
Yeah,
he can't control his power.
Yeah. There's no malice.
The Devil Hunter.
Why would he even attack Megumi? Like, obviously he's just out of control.
Well, that's why.
Yeah.
Ooh. And there was a lot of bouncing through buildings. That was from the Sukuna fight.
Yeah.
And you love the impact frames.
Bro. I am looking at half of my life being wasted. The amount of masking, the amount of compositing, the amount of attacks. It took so long to do this.
The snake.
Okay.
Right.
Orochi. Okay, so we knew this before uploading. I kind of pointed this out to you. It's like, wait a minute. Didn't Orochi die in the fight between Megumi and Sukuna?
Well, technically yes. So there's two answers to that question. There's this is not canon, so go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And now he's back alive. And then there's option B. How do you know that Sukuna actually killed Orochi fully? Maybe he just damaged it and Megumi just decided to not use it again after that. You don't know that, I don't know that. Unless it's in the manga, then you're wrong. I don't care.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And how do you know your father loved you?
A lot of the lightning effects and things like that were really well done here.
Yeah, I used the shot from the worm to kind of make it. You know when Denji was like attacking this not worm actually, it was the bat, right? When he cut off the bat, devil kind of added the blood to kind of show like Orochi bleeding. Yeah, buddy, get good.
Unfortunately, this would have been over for him. Unless
with this treasure.
Right.
Okay. So
everything that could have gone wrong with that scene went wrong.
The worst part is I can't even pull the card like I knew, but I didn't. I'm actually stupid. So basically what happened here, Megumi pulled out the hand sign to summon the wolf. I believe it's like Nue or something, I forgot. And then he's like calling domain expansion, and you can see the Mahoraga aura effect like emitting out of him. So
it was a triple wrong. It was a domain expansion.
If I could have anything up harder than this, like I don't think I could have. Like,
if you're gonna shit on him for anything, shit on him for this, please. Yeah. Because Mahoraga domain expansion, wolf summoning. It's a triple.
Actually, Mahoraga wasn't animated when I was doing this shot, so.
Yeah, so I guess no excuses for you. I don't care.
Yeah, so here, after the build-up, it was supposed to be Gojo's theme, but yeah, again, Jujutsu's soundtrack is very copyrighted. I actually got to use the Gojo's theme towards the end, but very, very carefully and very, very minimal.
Yeah, because I think, guys, you'll be copyright claimed quicker than you can say the word copyright.
Yeah,
honestly.
Hey, listen, the Chainsaw Man soundtrack is actually not copyrighted, so I've been using it. It's fine.
Well, I get. Well, don't listen. Knock on wood. Don't say that now.
Hey, Mappa, if you're listening, don't do it. Trust me.
Don't do it. Please, give us a little bit of something. It's not like how when Gojo turns up, the kind of atmosphere dies down completely.
Yeah, it goes from like serious to like, okay, it's already doomed for Denji.
And we had different kind of ideas here for what we actually had him do and why he didn't appear in time. So Gojo's a very sporadic character. So he could have been gone for anything. He could have gone to the zoo. He could have gone shopping to pick up snacks.
He's like the Saitama of that universe, honestly.
Yeah, so he just ended up becoming an investor and saving into coins. On Twitter.
And before anyone says like, oh, he has the 6 eyes, he can never get scammed, like, this is a gag bit, okay? Like, don't, shut up, it's not that serious.
Exactly. Have fun in life, stop making fun of things. See, I love that. If you actually pause on some of these, Jogo to reply, this coin changed my life, so...
なんとも無作法なお方だ。退屈しのぎにもなんねえな、クズが。いいよ、お見知りおきよ。緊張感。そんなに睨まないでくださいよ。文字通り一網打尽とは。後ろ。なんとも欲張りなお方。
And this frame here, as you'll see in a second, this was essentially taken out straight from where he sits on Sukuna, but it works well.
Yeah, from here till the end of like the Beyblade thing, it was a one-to-one juxtaposition of the original. But you know, it sounds easy, but you know, when you do one-to-ones, it's actually a lot harder than you think because you have to find the specific frames and the specific angles.
And you have to make sure to remove the other character from that, you know, to put the other character in the exact same positions, in the exact same motion times as well.
Yeah, character interactions are very hard to pull off, and they take a lot of time.
Especially in fight scenes where people are punching each other in specific angles. You have to, you know...
I'd say it's harder when the motion is not fast. When the motion is like, you can see the characters very clearly, then it becomes hard. When everyone is like a blur, then it's very easy to do the interaction.
Yeah, I mean, if you have someone grabbing another person's hand and then throwing them, that makes it,
100 times harder than just 2 people flying in the air.
As you can see, this little pirouette, we had a few takes on it.
Yeah, I mean, it changes at the end. Obviously, the wind thing is a bit different than the original. In the original, he actually punches Sukuna, and Sukuna gets like
punched the railings.
Yeah, but in this version, I didn't make him punch Denji. He just punches the air, and the air force is just too strong that it actually knocks him out.
So we actually ran out of budget, and we couldn't put the railings in anymore. So we had to make sure.
Yeah, you know, speaking of budget, I actually like Makima was actually supposed to be the cliffhanger of this video, but we couldn't.
But unfortunately, we didn't make it in time. So
yeah, tough luck. Too bad.
Well, there's episode 2 out, so you get that at least.
その力、出番ですよ。
Beast bipolar reaction.
Yeah, and then he was to be executed, which you guys would know he wasn't.
Yeah. Because
obviously there's a season, episode 2, I mean, which you should go watch. And if you guys actually watched it, then maybe there'd be an episode 3. Wink, wink.
Alright, so conclusions. I think this was one of the better videos I've made. There are videos I make I'm like, you know what, there's much value in it. This one, I believe is like probably like number 3 on my list, somewhere around that. And I like it a lot actually. It ended up very good. The plot is very fun to watch and everything is pretty good with it.
Yeah, I'd say for me it's probably not the second one now. I think I like your most recent One Punch Man and Jujutsu Kaisen one the most because I just feel like it's the best video you've put out to date.
Yeah, I think the One Punch Man is my top one. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I just recently uploaded the video.
But yeah, if you guys want to see more videos like this of us breaking down the videos and kind of explaining our thought process throughout, then please do tell us in the comments below and then like the video so we know.
Yeah, and I'm always happy to share around like some of the editing knowledge and stuff like that. It's very fun to share that with you guys.
And also drop in the comments what kind of videos you'd like to see in the future. If something gets a lot of upvotes, then we might actually consider it for a video if it seems like a good idea.
Yeah, so thank you guys for watching the video, and I'll see you in the next one.